This is an anime recap video, and in this video, I'm going to show you a girl named Nema, who reincarnates into another world and has the power to tame holy beasts and monsters. The story starts with a young girl walking down the street after leaving her office. Feeling tired from her monthly office tasks, she decides to get some sleep. As she enters her house, she slips and falls to the floor, her head hitting first. Realizing that her body isn't moving, she wonders if she's going to die. Just as she thinks so, her soul comes out from her body and she passes away in the next moment. She then says that all she wants is to live a long life, but it turns out to be a short one. Thinking about her parents, whom she didn't even get to say goodbye to, she cries out loud, expressing that she doesn't want to die like this. Just then, her surrounding area changes, and a guy in white clothes makes an appearance in front of her. The guy tells her that her lifespan is fixed and cannot be changed, but if she helps him with the task, he will change how she dies. It turns out that the guy in front of her is a god. The god then tells her that humans are currently killing other species in a world known as Azdalan, and he wants to reincarnate her into that world so she can decide the fate of the humans. Surprised by this, the young girl informs him that she is sensitive and cannot do something like that. The god informs her that if she completes the given task, he will reward her with special powers, including teleportation and killer abilities. It is her older sister Karna's turn. Her test involves using magic to defeat a monster summoned by a magic circle. She then activates the magic circle and summons a mighty holy beast, a fire dragon. Shocked at this, the commander asks the teachers to protect the students, while her father informs the prince that Karna's skill with fire is high, but her skill with water is low. Seeing her sister in trouble, Nema asks her to run, but she decides to fight the holy beast. Just then, Nema runs off and jumps to the training field, and before she can fall off, an anonymous magical energy saves her. She then runs towards the fire dragon. Cutest girl, Nema, stops the guards from attacking the dragon. They avoid her in their trousers. They realize what they have done to her, and Dan holds her hand, asking her to be cautious. He then shows her some dragons, revealing that the dragons flying in the air are called Lind Blooms, while those running without wings are called Lindra. These dragons live in deserts and lake areas, choosing their habitat based on their preferences, preferring these areas as their homes. Seeing this, she desires a head pat on the dragon's head but realizes that Dan is unlikely to allow her. Just then, a red beam appears on her body, attracting the dragons and causing them to rush towards her. Since this has never happened, Dan and others have become vigilant. Dan takes Nema away, but the leader dragon stops them. Nema steps forward and greets the dragon, calling her Gizel and informing him that, due to Saul's orb, she can talk to them. She shares her wish to play with all of them, and Dan agrees. After that, Gizel bends down, allowing her to sit on him. Without wasting a single second, the dragon flies away and takes her to the sky, leaving Dan and the others shocked at this sudden turn of events. Gizel believes that Nema is human but can sense the orb of the fire dragon and knows that she hasn't made a pact with him. Nema reveals that the orb was given to her by the dragon himself, and due to that, she can communicate with other dragons. She greets other dragons, and they welcome her as a maiden dragon. She makes a flower band for the little dragon, but he prefers to eat it. She starts to chase him, while the other little dragons join them, thinking they are playing. She also plays with them in the water and has a lot of fun. While Nema is enjoying her time with the dragons, Dan and Gwyn discuss her. Dan, who knows Gizel's nature, reveals that, as the leader of dragons, he never lets anyone onto his back. However, Gwyn clarifies his doubt and reveals that Nema was the one who saved the kingdom from the fire dragon. Just then, she returns with Lars and another dragon, shocking everyone. Dan wonders how she can command holy beasts and other dragons, believing that she is not an ordinary girl. The next day, Dan takes Nema to the Beast Knight stables, which have lots of rare animals. There, they meet a guy named Leston Ogma, who is the captain of the Beast Knights Legion. Upon seeing how simple Nema is, Les wonders if she is really the one Dan described to him earlier. It turns out that Dan told him everything about Nema and how she is able to tame the head of the dragons, Gizel, who never even lets Dan sit on his back. Realizing that he has a little charmer in his stable, he takes this as a challenge and begins to gather more information about her powers. He takes Dan and Nema to the stable of horse, which is maintained by magic so they can live their best lives. Les introduces Nema to the leader of the herd, Yuaz, but her taming powers don't work. He decided to give the rain hawk to her. After the party, she states that this was the best birthday she ever had and names the rain hawk Nox. The next day, our reincarnated girl plays with Nox and teaches him how to fly far away in the sky, believing that they are already best friends. While she spends time with Nox, Les and Dan are in awe that she is able to train him in such a short amount of time and believe that her powers are beyond their imagination. Les asks Nema to give Nox a chance to go further in the sky tomorrow, but our reincarnated girl cries and reveals she has to start studying from tomorrow and might not be able to come to this place much anymore. The next day, Nema is introduced to her tutor, who comes into her room and formally introduces herself as Annalie de Sa. Nema looks at her clothes and minimal makeup and believes that she is a picture-perfect lady. However, her thoughts turn to dust as Annalie reveals her true identity after her butler leaves the room. Annalie informs Nema that she needs to work on her manner of speech, revealing that she calls her mother and father Mama and Papa, which our reincarnated girl agrees with. But to her shock, Annalie hits her with the stick, causing Nema to glare at her. Seeing this, the tutor tells her that she is from a noble family, and nobles must never let their emotions show under any circumstances. Before they can go any further, the door knocks, and out comes Nema's butler, who is holding tea for the tutor. Seeing the butler, Annalie returns to her fake kind persona and informs him that they have already become good friends. After that, our cutest girl's hellish studying life starts as Annalie tortures her with sticks and tries to make her a noble lady. She even mocks her by revealing that she taught her brother and sister and they were the talented students she had in a long time, but vows to turn Nema into a proper lady too. After the boring lecture is over, Nema is tired and goes to her room. She thinks about her tutor and believes that there's no way she treated Ralph and Karna like that, revealing that she might be making her a fool. She explains that if she tells all this to her father, he will surely expel her from the kingdom, but mentions that she needs to overcome this by herself and vows that she will not let her win. The next day, Annalie hits her with the stick, telling her that she is slouching yet again. However, our reincarnated girl, instead of giving an angry glare, replies with a cutest smile and informs her that she will be more careful in the future. Nema's cute smile impresses her, but she reveals that that is her business smile, which she learned at work in her past life. Despite this, our reincarnated girl wonders how long she can keep it up. After dinner, Nema leaves the dining room with a sad face, and upon seeing her, her family wonders what happened to their girl, as she never left her plate without cleaning it. Her mother Kula follows her and inquires what's bothering her, but our reincarnated girl, instead of telling her mother about Annalie, runs away to her room. Before she can enter her room, Ralph catches her with his magic and informs her that instead of fighting with him, she should think about the words she needs to say to their mother, as she is in anger mode, which Nema declares 10 billion times scarier than Annalie. Just then, her mother informs her that if her recent sad look is because of Annalie, then why didn't she talk to her about it? To this, Nema reveals that she wants to fight her own fights, and if she told her, then her mother would have interfered in her fight and made her tutor quit. Hearing this, Kula pats her with her finger and reveals that Annalie is known for being a perfect lady in the kingdom. If she challenges her on her own terms, she won't stand a chance. However, she tells her to learn everything from Annalie and acknowledge her opponent, otherwise she will not overcome this fight. Before our reincarnated girl can say anything, her brother, Ralph, uses a magic spell on her which drains the negative emotions from her body and makes her lighter again. He also promises her that he will not interfere in her fight but vows to heal her if she gets caught up in negative emotions like this. Hearing this, Nema smiles and vows to win this fight, also expressing that her brother is a really nice guy and knows how to make her happy. After 1 year, Nema turns into a smart girl who knows how to formally speak, eat, drink, and behave with others. This causes Annalie to acknowledge that she is from a noble family very close to the royal family. Seeing her brightest side, Nema thinks about Annalie and believes that she hasn't seen this look of hers in a year but wonders what's bothering her. She asks Paul about her, and he gives her a note revealing that some of her relatives are ardent believers in the Church of Divine Creation. To this, our reincarnated girl believes that she is from a priest family who talks rubbish, and believes that he is the messenger of God. Wanting to know more about the Church of Divine Creation, Nema asks Annalie about the Aiku Kingdom, which is struggling due to a drought. She reveals that due to the drought, Aiku has lost many lives and has led to a shortage of food. They went to many neighboring countries and churches for help, but only Gash along with 2 other countries decided to help them. She then asks why the Church of Divine Creation hasn't done anything for them, mentioning that they should help them. However, Lady Annalie informs her that their priestesses received a divine revelation from God, mentioning the High Priest. The revelation states that Aiku Kingdom has angered God and helped the beast people. Due to this, as messengers of God, the Church of Divine Revelation cannot help them, even if they die from the drought. When our reincarnated girl inquires about whether she met the beast people herself or not, She replies with a hellish smile, revealing that no one wants to meet them as they are too terrifying to approach. Hearing those words, Nema comes to the conclusion that she was feeling awkwardness not because of her strictness, but due to her being suckered into wrong beliefs. Nema, with an angry look, informs her that she would never have imagined that someone like Annalie could be uncouth. Expressing her frustration, Annalie hits her on the cheek, to which our reincarnated girl realizes that this is not education but violence because she feels that she insulted her. Just then, Nema tells her that as the proud daughter of the Os family, she wants to become a fine lady who can help others even if she does not know them. She does not want to bring shame upon her father. Annalie then tells her that political topics must remain in the hands of dukes and kings, and they are not the ones to discuss it. However, Nema tells her that she wants to teach her about how to become a fine lady, a lady who has a great sense of fashion and knows how to please gentlemen and stay silent in their company. But Nema wants to be true to herself and asks Annalie how the ladies of this world make the gentlemen happy, to which Annalie runs away without saying anything. After this incident, Daleland inquires about her cheek, but Nema tells him not to harm Annalie as she wants to win this fight by herself. However, her father gives Annalie a warning not to do this in the future. After another year, our reincarnated girl turns 5 years old, and Daleland tells her that the Os family is in charge of the northern lands of the Gash Kingdom. He has some work to do there, so he wants Nema to come with him, believing that this will help her expand her horizons. Our reincarnated girl happily agrees. After that, they gather around a magic circle, a device used to travel between major cities and places, and teleport to the northern lands of the Gash Kingdom. Upon reaching there, they are welcomed by a man named Warnus Gilva, the proxy lord of the city Arsenta. Nema formally introduces herself and runs to the other side. Upon opening the door, she can't believe her eyes as she finds herself in a beautiful city where snow is falling. It turns into a glacial shower after the snow catches up to her. However, Daleland quickly warms her with his healing magic. He then informs her that in the northern lands, the weather is extremely cold, and they must dress properly to save themselves from catching a cold. He gives her warm clothes, making our reincarnated girl even cuter. They then head to their destinations to do royal capital's work while enjoying their travel on the way. But our cutest girl only wants to play with rare beasts and monsters there. Upon arriving at their destination, they are welcomed by the mayor of the city, who takes them to his office. They serve a delicious meal for them, causing our reincarnated girl to blush. However, Daleland informs the mayor that he heard about the casualties caused by the monsters and is here to make outpost buildings for the knights. This will help withstand the monsters and cull them away from this area. Not only this, Daleland tells Nema that he wants to use her dragon powers to eliminate all the monsters in the forest. This causes our reincarnated girl to panic, who believes that Saul's power will make the forest go up in flames. Hearing this, Daleland suggests Nema seek help from Saul and inquires about the identity of the monsters residing in the Needle Frost Forest. She calls Saul, who, upon checking her location, reveals that there shouldn't have been any monsters in the first place. Now, goblins and some rare frost spiders live there, but they reside much farther to the south. Hearing this, Daleland gets angry and believes that this must be the wrongdoing of some men. He vows to solve this issue by himself. However, our reincarnated girl thinks that this must be the work of a god. Like and comment if you enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel for more anime recaps, and tell me what anime recap you like to see next in the comments below.